Welcome to Module 8, Content-Based Instruction and Task-Based Language Teaching. This is it, the last two methods that we'll be studying in this course. After this week, you can throw your textbook into the trash. I'm just kidding. You probably still need it to finish your paper, but then you can throw it away. I'm still kidding. Seriously though, the way that this book is structured makes it really easy to use this as a reference in the future. Whenever you need a reminder about a certain teaching method, you can dive back in and quickly look up a principle or technique or two. That being said, let's take a look at the two language teaching methods for this week. Content-based instruction is a response to or expansion of the communicative language teaching method that we learned last week. In 1984, Anthony Philip Reed Howitt, the creator of content-based instruction, described communicative language teaching as being weak. He instead proposed content-based instruction, which he described as strong. While CBI shares central beliefs with CLT, in that communicative competence in authentic language is critical, the main difference is that instead of just practicing conversations, language instruction is instead combined with the instruction of another topic. The goal is that teachers want their students to learn both the content as well as the language that is being taught in. This is often applied to a school environment, where school subjects can be taught in the target language, thereby effectively combining two subjects. This way, students learn both the target language as well as their academic study simultaneously. This may sound familiar to you. That's right, this is the basis upon which immersion schools were formed. Task-based language is yet another expansion of commutative language teaching, and this time it takes the authentic language to the next level. Instead of just practicing communication, students are tasked with an objective and usually work in groups to figure out the language necessary to be able to complete this task. There are three kinds of activities that qualify as tasks: the information gap, the reasoning gap, and the opinion gap. Information gap involves transferring information between people. Reasoning gap involves discovering new information from inferred information. Finally, the opinion gap involves articulating one's own feelings and preferences. This, as you can tell, are pretty complex. All three of these are demonstrated in detail in the experience portion of the reading. That part of the reading follows N.S. Prabhu, who is the teacher responsible for popularizing and developing TBLT. You will be asked this week to give your own examples of each type of task in this week's discussion assignment, so make sure you have a firm understanding of all three types before going to the assignment. Once you have read the chapters about content-based instruction and task-based language teaching this week, it's time for the assignment. This week we have one last quiz. Also, you have a discussion board assignment. Please explain the difference between a weak version and a strong version of the communicative approach. Number 2, what school subject do you feel could be effectively taught using the content-based instruction method and why? Number 3, please give one example, besides the ones illustrated in the chapter of course, for each of Prabhu's three types of tasks: information gap, opinion gap, and reasoning gap. Finally, read your peers' posts and respond to the one that has resonated with you the most. Even though we are done with our textbook, we are not done yet. Next week, it's time to reflect on what we've learned, and if you haven't started your final paper yet, it's time to start cracking down. See you guys next week.